In this video, I'll show you how we can create the virtual machine on Proxmox. Proxmox node is called host and virtual machine is called guest. We can create the containers also and virtual machines also. So we'll be creating the virtual machine first and then we'll be installing operating system in that VM. So here I am on my Proxmox virtual environment, and here on left side you can see these are all the nodes. And on top right, you can see create VM or create container. To install the Windows in the Proxmox virtual environment, you simply need to upload this ISO image. Now you can see here that Windows 2019 ISO image is downloaded here in my download folder. I'll be now uploading this to the Proxmox virtual environment. Here you can see if I expand this PVE. In PVE, you can see multiple storages are available here. If I click any of these storages on left side, these are all virtual machines. This is the network, and down here you can see the storages. I created this storage, but if you click on this storage, you can see it cannot store the ISO image. It can only store a VM disk and CT volumes. If I click on local LVM, local LVM is also like the same. It only stores the VM disk and CT volume. But if I click on local PVE can store ISO images also, backups also, CT volumes as well. If I click on TrueNAS, which is my NFS storage, here I can also upload the ISO images, CT volumes, VM disks, and so on. So I have configured this for everything. I'll be uploading ISO image to local PVE. It all depends on your choice where you want to upload this. I'll go to local PVE, click on ISO image, and here click on upload. Now locate for the file which you have already downloaded. So these are some of the ISO images, but I'll not be using that. I'll be just opening my download folder which I created, and here you can see Windows 2019. This is the evaluation edition, and simply click on upload. It might take time to upload. And here you can see that ISO image has been uploaded successfully, Windows 2019 server. And here you can see the size is 5.6 GB. And if I see now here, refresh this again in the ISO images, you can see in ISO images we have Windows Server 2019 edition, which we uploaded from the folder here. So this is from where we uploaded it. Another option is that if you directly want to download from the URL, if I go to Windows 11 download, can do it in the both ways. Either you can download it on your computer and then you can upload it to Proxmox, or you can simply get the downloadable link here, copy this link to the Proxmox, download from URL here in the local PVE, click on ISO image, click on download from URL, paste the URL here, query the URL. You will see whether there is any file. You can see here file name is Windows 11 23H2 English 64-bit. This is fine. I'll be simply clicking on download. Now the download will start directly from Microsoft website, and it will be saving here into the download folder. You can see here HTTP request has sent and awaiting response. It is okay, and now it is saving the file. Download has been completed, so ISO image is already there available inside. So now if I refresh this again, you can see here Windows 11 23H2 6.8 GB is available, and Windows Server 2019 edition is 5.6 GB available. And other ISO images that I already uploaded, these images are already there. Let me now create a virtual machine here, and you can create virtual machine in any of these systems. So you can either create inside PVE, PVE2 or PVE3. So these are three nodes within the data center of the Proxmox, and ISO images that I have added are not, of course, synchronized across all the nodes, because these all storages, which are local storage of first node and local storage of second node and local storage of third node, these are not synchronized. But what is synchronized is the Ceph storage. Ceph storage is common between all three nodes. If I talk about the Ceph storage, which is here SyncBrick Ceph, and this one is available in all three nodes. You can see here 58 GB is here and 58 GB is here, and similarly 58 GB is here. So now what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to create a virtual machine, and this virtual machine will be created in the Ceph storage. So what I'll do, I'll click on create VM, and here you can see by default it has given me VM ID 115. So already I'm having multiple machines here. Now, for example, import disk tutorial 555 I created, and these are all the numbers that you can assign by yourself. So I'll be assigning another number here. For example, I'll say it 222, and here the name will be Windows Server. Node is by default PVE because I was on PVE and I clicked create VM. If I was on any other PVE, so I will it will automatically choose that. But you have the option to select the node of your choice, whether it is PVE2 or PVE3, wherever you want to install. But you have to make sure that once you select the node of your choice, ISO image should have been uploaded to that particular node. So right now the ISO is uploaded to PVE, so I'll be choosing PVE, choose the OS, and here I'll use the storage is local, where I uploaded the ISO image, and that ISO image was Windows Server 2019 ISO. Just make sure that this operating system that you are choosing here is Windows, Microsoft Windows. So here Windows 11 or 2000 or whatever, so I'll be choosing 11 2022, which means that the server requirements will be as per that, and then click next. And here you will see the hardware options, graphic card and machine default. I will not make any changes here. Here is the disk. Now where this operating system will be installed, on which particular disk. Of course, I'm not going to use Google Drive because running the operating system on Google Drive won't be a good choice. I'll be creating the virtual disk on Ceph storage because Ceph is distributed amongst all PVE nodes. So if I create the disk here, so I'll be able to migrate it without any downtime. So I'll be choosing SyncBricks Ceph, which is my Ceph storage. Minimum requirement for this particular operating system is 32 GB in terms of the disk size, which is fine. I'll be going with that. Otherwise, you can increase the size depending upon the capacity which is available in your server. Click next. Now here is the CPU, and CPU socket 1, it is fine. I'll use 2 cores for the CPU. You can go up to 4 core CPU also depending upon what is available in your hardware. I'll choose 2 core. Minimum RAM required is 4 GB, so I'll be going for 4096 RAM, which is required, and click next. Now the network, I have 2 networks here. One I have created for internal between the PVEs, and VMBR1, which I created for the virtual machines and my local network on all my devices which are there on the network. And the DHCP server, which is pfSense, is also providing the IP addresses on this particular network. So I'll be choosing VMBR1 here, and I will not tag any VLAN right now, and I'll show you that in the VLAN section how we can create the VLANs. Here, click next. Now it is just giving you the information what you have chosen. Just make sure that it is as per your requirements. CD-ROM is locally available ISO image which we uploaded already, and here is the memory 4096 or 4 GB of the RAM. Windows Server is the name of the VM. Click finish. So our VM is created. Now we can simply start this, and once we start, it will start installing Windows. It will boot from the ISO image, and here if you click, you will be able to see these options available here. This is for full screen, this is for Windows key, and here these are settings. Increase the screen size and wait for the installation wizard to begin. Here you can see Windows 2019 server, and next, install now. Simply follow the setup wizard. 2019 standard, it is evaluation edition, which will be fine for 90 days. And here custom install 32 GB is available on the Ceph storage. We created this particular drive. Click next. So it will automatically create the partition here and start copying the file. Alright, so installation is about to finish. Now it is installing the updates, and now we'll restart this server. Our Windows 2019 Server Evaluation Edition is already installed on Proxmox virtual environment. We can go to hardware and we can just remove the CD from the hardware. So do not use any media and OK. So you can see the CD has been disabled, but if we go to console, Windows will start working normally. All right, so I need to send the Control-Alt-Delete command. User password must be changed before signing in. So, all right, so changing Windows password, applying the user setting, that's it. And here I'll be running ping 192.168.240.1, which is my PF sense. Just to see if I get the response, I'll use -T to get continuous response, because I'm going to do the real-time migration of this server from this particular node, which is PVE, to PVE2. So why I want to do that? Because first of all, the Ceph storage is there, and here the 222 server, which is already installed and having Windows installed here, its hard disk which is installed is on Ceph storage, and when I'll migrate, it should immediately migrate without any downtime. The network configuration is same in both of the PVEs. Let us now move to the next lecture.